All the bloody company screens. God, this game's a banger. Even when I die, I still love it. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna, like, make little notes and, so that a repeat doesn't happen of what happened yesterday, how I touched the obelisk. Not too fussed about it, you know. I think I played for like 55 minutes, probably 50 minutes minus all this stuff. But yes, there's no point in having... I wish you could just turn the autosave off. I mean, I hate games that are only autosave. That is the first one I ever played that was like that. Resident Evil 5. Fuck, I hated that. As long as they don't force it on you and you can, you know, do your own thing with manual saves, then that's tolerable. Alright, so where's my autosave? Yeah, 256. Alright, so I'm going to just like fly through all the talking as fast as I can. So if you stumble across this video and you haven't seen part 3 and you actually want to read read along with the text or hear what I have to say about it, yeah, just go watch the previous part and come back to it. I'm going to go back to the obelisk first because there was something, it said you can raise something up to it, so I'm going to see what that does. And then I'm going to try and knock on the door. And then I'm going to go get through all the talking, try and do all the responses and ask questions in the same order as what I did, and yeah, make sure I give all the exact same answers. Not looking forward to it, to be honest, but like I'll probably do it in like a quarter of the time without actually reading. Alright. Yep, we are leaving the area. We're gonna go fucking deal with this obelisk. Ah, that is true. I'm glad I failed the 50-50 in part 2, which led to me, because I assume if you convince him that you don't have anything to do with finding the fallen star or whatever, then it doesn't lead to a battle. And you know, I'd rather get into battles, but at the same time I want to try and, you know, talk my way out of things, because that's just in case, you know, whoever it is that you come across is stronger than you. It's like, sort of, why take a chance? So I'll probably keep trying to talk my way out of things, but I'll probably also kind of hope that I fail, so I can have more battles. But yeah, nah, it's gonna be a good time. I dig this game, and it is pretty hard for me to find games that I like. Alright.
I'm going.
Yes. Damn right I'm going. I'm not reaching out, but let's see what this crystal shard... I have a feeling it's going to be a similar sort of thing. Level the shard of the obelisk and the superheated beam lances from the tip of the shard in the crystal, sending the rise over your arm and suffusing the arm with a warm green glow. It's going to kill me again, isn't it? No. Okay. Can I do that multiple times? No. Oh, I am curious to know what happens, because I think it was like a 30% chance, but I'm not going to keep reloading to find out. Maybe one day I will, but yeah, for now I'll just leave the obelisk alone. You know what? You only live once. I can do one quick reload, since I've only just loaded it. Since I've only just started. So what happens if you straight up touch it, actually? Yeah, that's interesting. A brilliant emerald beam erupts from the apex of the structure and strikes you in the chest. What follows is not pleasant, but mercifully brilliant. So me dying again, I assume. I love this game. You are utterly gone. Unremarkable, even among the reckless. Bit harsh. Alright. No more silly games. That was just a quickie. Tidal surge conversation options allow you to channel psychic forces to influence the world around you, though sometimes at a cost. These are only unlocked after you find someone to train you in the tidal affinity skill. Oh, there seems to be so much to this game. Like, it seems pretty complex. And I like complex. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Do it. Do it. I just watched that the other day. Do it. Look, you're at 100%. Don't say you're at 100% if you're not at 100%. If you're at 100%, I'd be playing the game.
Yes.
Rarely the only solution to a crisis. Try interacting with objects in the environment or talking to your foe. You can talk to your foes? Are you kidding me? Okay. That's wacky. I'll probably give that a crack as well. God, this game is freaking cool. Oh, come on. But yeah, I discovered the interacting with objects one myself, which is basically what saved me from dying in that battle. Without that, I would have had no chance. Alright. Obelisk. I'm going to reach up with the shard. Knock on this door, and then I think everything else I've already checked and done all that.
Yes.
Alright, yep, do that. Yep, good. Give me some experience. Nice. Let's get out of here. Oh, actually,
All right.
make sure I can't do it again. Yep, nah, leave it alone. I think that was just a bit of... There was nothing to do here, was there? Didn't I do this? Oh, no, that's right. I was rewarded for being patient, and then eventually just repeated. I do remember that. Yep, that's probably nothing. Yeah, what's this? Nothing. Whatevs. Alright, let's knock.
Yes.
I doubt it's going to do anything. Then harder, the Numenera, nor does it shudder or yield. There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for 1,000 years. She appears at the door. One of my colleagues at the order claimed that she got inside, but I don't believe her. What happens if I keep examining it? No. Examine it again. Alright, let's get out of here. Well, while I'm here, I may as well have this conversation with her and fucking get that out of the way. Well, actually, nah. We'll get back to the safety of... Everyone bangs on about how... Oh, hang on. Did I look at that? Oh, is that just the water that I'm looking at? Yeah, there's no point going in there, I don't think. Everyone bangs on about how dangerous this area is, yet there's not much. I'll just make sure I checked all their bodies. Ah, clearly I did, because it's not even coming up as an option. I'm pretty sure I checked their bodies and got items off them. Oh, these loading screens are a killer. Bonded items are a special type of equipment that inflict penalties alongside powerful bonuses. Training in the concentration skill allows you to shrug off those penalties. Sounds sick. Come on. %, then we've got to wait another 10 seconds, because it's not really 100%. Alright. Game saved. Didn't need it, but whatevs. So I think it was triangle. Yep. Alright, let's have a good old chat. Calestige. Yep. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. What is this? Blah, blah. What is your story? Yeah, what do you hope to accomplish? Blah, 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 blah. What do we got? Yeah, how'd you meet him? That's alright, they were lovers. Where did you grow up? That's so... Again. Yep. What? What do we got? Yep. Sure. Let's keep going. Alright, so tell me again. Tell me again. Alright, yep, other questions. She said she hated it. Yep. Order of Truth. I'm still undecided. If I have to choose one or the other, I'll probably go with the Order of Truth. Alright, again. I don't want to part ways with her. I like her for now. Let's go. Alright, just a little kid. Yep. What do you got to say, punk? Nothing to find out was yep. What else you got? Yep, tell me about the city. Yep, just tell me about all of it, mate. Someone named Cora attacked me. He's dead now, so I don't think he'll make that mistake again. I got no reason to lie to this kid, I don't think. Alright, again. Again, I wanted to ask something else. What else does he have? Yeah, where can I find a place to sleep? So how come the Order of Truth don't let you bloody sleep in their camp? Or do they not have a camp? Circus Miner now. Yep, whatever. Yeah, what are you doing here? Something else. What else we got? Do you live here? I don't think I fully asked him about this. Whatevs.
Making a note.
Yeah, just gonna ask him some questions.
I'll remember that.
Alright. I don't have more questions. No, that's all good. Get out of here, kid. I'm gonna go up here and try these chance things. I've passed one, but I bet you I've failed the other. And who's this kid? Oh, I can't even talk. Felinda! I didn't get around to talking to you. Oh, so I'll actually read this then. Nearly every inch of this merchant's body is covered in tightly wound robes and furs. A hood obscures its head and a mask conceals its face. That doesn't stop you from noticing that it is apparently furious with you. Trembling, it bats at its similarly dressed companion, both of them turning passive masks back to you. Right. Neither Flinda nor Starista could believe it, but the thief had come back. Had he come in shame, ready to return what he had taken? No, his hands were empty, his expression baffled. Flinda crossed his swaddled arms. Perhaps the thief had simply forgotten to return what he had borrowed, but this made him no less a thief. Yeah. Are you narrating me? That is what I want to know. The thief said, trying to distract Flinda from the matter at hand, but the merchant would not be distracted. 10 years ago, this thief had borrowed a book. Flinda wondered if the scoundrel was possibly unfamiliar with the definition of the word. It did not mean taking a thing and keeping it after all. Staristi pointedly returns to work, ignoring you both. Felinda sighs, massaging its temples with gloved hands. But in the end, Felinda took a deep breath and asked the thief to simply return the sealed and long overdue book with the 5-coloured sigil on its cover. How can you possibly remember who borrowed a book from you 10 years ago? I mean, okay, whatever. I'll find the book, you have my word. Yeah, I can't promise anything, but I'll look for it. That's pretty much all I've got to say. Not a shame, but Flinda was satisfied temporarily, and with that the merchant returns to its work as well. Why do you narrate everything I say? The thief said, but Flinda knew from long experience there was no explaining it. The merchant kneels before a bookshelf and jams book after book into the remaining space. This frustrated Flinda. After all, the two merchants were creatures of words, bound in metal and cloth, but whenever Flinda tried to bend these same words into explanations and answers, they crumbled and fell apart. They could not fold themselves around the truth. Merchant slams the final book into place, and so Flinda said nothing. Why won't you tell me why you're narrating everything I say? The thief pleaded. He still did not understand that Felinda wasn't speaking, that what the thief was hearing was the passage of time. Yeah, piss off. Piss off, Felinda. Is Staristi going to talk to me? The silent merchant traces his dark fingers over a cracked scroll, appears to be ignoring you as politely as possible. Yeah, may as well come out with the hard questions. Either ignores you or does not hear you. Why don't you talk? No question the slightest. Let's just watch then. See if that psychs her out. Him out. It out. Whatever. The merchant's spread-fingered hands glide over a faded parchment with the faint sounds of quill scratching. Vibrant letters in an unfamiliar tongue appear in their wake. Law. Natural. The merchant is restoring the work once recorded on the scroll, not writing it. You're certain of that. But is it scanning it in some way or coaxing the text from the page? Looking closely, you see that Staristi's fingers are unraveling into coiling threads that taste the faded letters below before pricking the page itself. Fresh ink wells up from the holes, forming words. I'll watch a bit more before... Oh, no, just in case it doesn't give me the option to ask that. Staristi jerks and can only be surprised, then holds up a single coalescing finger, bidding you to watch. It resumes restoring the scroll, but slower so you can watch and understand. Eventually you do. The page is no simple grocery list or musty treatise. Staristi's methods might be different if it was. The scroll is alive, and Staristi is carefully and methodically waking it up. The fresh ink gleams as brightly as a sleeper's eye on waking. When the scroll is fully restored, the ink flashes, the page promptly crumples itself up and bursts into flames. Neither of the merchants react to this in any way. When the smoke clears, Staristi plucks an object from the pile of ashes, taking hold of your wrist and leaving tingly, inky fingerprints. The merchant drops it into your palm and closes your hand over it. Then Staristi takes another faded page from a pile and starts fresh. Ooh, nice. Let's keep watching, I might learn some more. Again, passes a hand over the page and you hear the scrape of quill and paper. Dark layers emerge from the shadow of the hands. They pull from beneath the page. I'm guessing that's just going to keep repeating. I'll watch for a little bit. Alright, that'll do. Let's get out of here. Oh, maybe she'll talk to me now. No. Whatever, I'm out. Arms merchant, he won't sell anything to me, will he? Ah, what's going on here? Sign over the stall says the arming room, buy, sell, trade. Under the awning, a skinny man with stooped shoulders and a concave chest is cleaning a filth-caked weapon of some kind. He salutes you with a greasy hand. Done in a moment. Have a look around. If you need anything, let me know. Yeah, what can you tell me? Doesn't hurt to have as much info as possible. Good place for the arms trade. Not much call for weapons in the city proper, it's true, but levies keep things quiet. He shrugs. I get most of my business from mercenary companies. The endless battle draws them by the dozens. Explorers too. Plenty of carcass save up their shins and kit themselves out. All fancy like, then they wander down the reef or into the bloom and never come back. Sure. Alright, I have no intention of buying anything at the moment, so... we'll come back to that. Is this the child that I can't speak to? Oh, well, with that attitude, it's a bit, pessimistic. Hang on, what the hell? Is that what the seer's saying? Did I speak to the seer? Yeah, hell no. I ain't rich. I don't think I spoke to this guy. This burly armor-clad figure stands almost motionless as you approach. He regards you silently through a single eye. The studs in his arms and blazing shoulders are stained and pitted with age. When he speaks, his voice is muffled and artificial, a hollow grumble that emanates from the entirety of the helmet. I'm the genocide. If you ask, I must answer. Pass on then and exchange no words. Yeah, that's... From within the helmet you hear a grinding noise, a sound of teeth gnashing, amplified in the voice again bleak. We sat at the river's edge and we wept for the time that was. We saw nothing more to conquer, and yet our fears still drove us. We had conquered the land, purged its impurities, made it ours, still we wanted more. When we heard that humans had come to carve a home, we rejoiced to have a new foe, a new test of our truth. We rode against them. We drove them to the forge of the night sky, to the valley of Mirajolios, to the dangers of the Black Riage. But those who built atop these ruins, they thwarted us time and again. And so we brought our constructs and our deadliest warriors to the bay outside the city. We laid a mighty siege. We entered the human settlement. We fought past barricades and traps. Some of our constructs are still here, silent and dead. But when we thought we had achieved our greatest victory, he lowers his head. A powerful Nano saved them with his magics. He called upon the strength of the ancients and captured us. I thought my life was at an end, but he imprisoned me in slow time, trapped me in my body, used machines to paralyze my will. I still remember our glories, and I see the fated future in front of me, and I'm powerless to act. The memories of our triumphs remain always at the forefront of my mind, and I must answer the mocking questions of these people or suffer. Yeah, what are you, first and foremost? I am a blade that cannot cut, a weapon that cannot strike, a living monument to failure. He shifts his weight, you hear the frown in his voice. I was Ojesti Tel Kotu, the firm hand of tradition. They called me one of the Black Three. Enemies did not understand us. They took my name to mean death in a dozen extinct tongues. Called me Orphan Maker, Hope Smasher, Death's Child. My armies blackened the earth and the skies. My Dragoliths scoured the land. Domination was my duty. Oh my... Is this guy going to tell me his whole life story or what? If they had known, if they had welcomed us, they might have been our thralls. Instead, they became dust. He gestures all this. It was to have been mine in stewardship for the future of my people. It was promised, but now his arms falls back to his side, to its side. Now I am the genocide, a relic to the last of my kind. Oh my god. Alright, let's just work our way from top to bottom. I know of no others. Caligat Anvor, he who shares truth and understanding is dead. Voshgilelo, the blinding light of reason, was destroyed. The underspine has fallen. My people are destroyed utterly, and our servant God speaks to us no longer. The clean lines of order and the glory of battle have forsaken us. He pauses. The rest are dust. We rose against a superior foe and were outmatched. Only I remain to tell the story of the Tabat. Alright, you seem very calm for someone who's been in prison for centuries. Yeah. I have been defeated. I have nothing to fight for. My captor castrated me with a tool they made to dampen my natural urges. I can remember the actions, I can recall the glory, but I feel shame, regret. I am weakened, but not by my volition. The genocide squeezes his fists. What does it matter? Those who stood against me are all dead. I am victorious. I no longer fight with the blade. My weapon is time. God, this guy's deep. He leans in closer. I do not die. I cannot be wounded. I am held like a beetle in sap. Why would I not be serene? He settles back. The underspine spoke of my destiny. Are you going to have a quest for me? You better after all this talking. I was to wage war unto the edge of the universe, but the universe keeps going, and so it seems must I. Someday I will be free. Someday. Until then, I am incorruptible. Yeah, I suppose. The genocide raised his hands in defeat. He found old knowledge and made it his own. Jeez. I'm used to it. Some people are saying his, some people are saying it. I can't keep up. He created defenses that we could not penetrate. Most telling, most effective, the shield generators. He created 3 barriers around the heart of the city, and the last unmoored the city in time. When our constructs touched it, they flashed as stasis. We could not reach the city, but the city could reach us. You feel the ticklings of memory as the genocide speaks of the shields. He continues to talk, oblivious. The memory. I'll let him finish talking, and then the memory can come. We fought, we pushed past the obvious defenses, we felt the familiar rush of victory, and then the world stopped moving outside. That nano had shielded the city from us, cut off from our supply lines and our communication support. We were surrounded. They cut us down and brought me in chains before their court. The crowd judged me. They mocked me, tormented me. Their nano cursed me, and now I am weak, ineffectual. He snarls, I cannot even take my own life. I wonder if I do that, if it'll let me... Because, you know, where's the memory? Surely the memory's not completely gone away now just because I listened to him talk for another 20 seconds. I am not required to speak of him again to you. The compulsion has been satisfied. Oh, well, I guess I'm never getting that memory. Couldn't care less, couldn't give a shit. Yeah, how did they stop you? The nano who raised the city's shields created a device. He called it the Mind Seer. With it, he violated my mind, my memories, and everything that was at the core of my being. In a fit of vengeance, he tore truths from me. He made me betray my people. He rewrote my mind. He gave me perfect clarity into the past and gelded my ability to shape the future. The Tabat never sought revenge against foes who were mightier than we. We devised stratagems to defeat them. We tested ourselves. We did not punish or hate. Punishment was purification. This, though, is torture. And worst of the city's refuse can mock me now. Or the worst of the city's refuse can mock me now. They can ridicule and jape, and I am powerless to strike them for their impudence. Then quieter, and now they do not even do that. I have become a fixture, an irrelevance, a non-entity. I am the slave to... You hear his teeth grinding as he thinks of the perfect insult. To peacemakers. I must endure their presence and feel their corruption sink into me daily. Some foreign part of me desires it. He thumps his fist into his hand. But 30 minutes playing time? Cheers. I was going to check my time at some point. He thumps his fist into his hand, but I remember that I will triumph over them. Eventually they will die, and I will not. Alright, yeah, we'll go shield generators first. I told you their effect. They unmoored the city in time. They severed our supply lines. They left us vulnerable and defeated us. The Underspine strategy failed us. I began to doubt. He shifts slightly. The generators are unused, abandoned, their purpose forgotten. Though this people of this city will swear by our name and our terrors are fresh in their nightmares despite the passage of centuries, they have forgotten the means of their salvation. This one beside me no longer functions, but one of the others is buried in the ground not far from here and has not yet failed. It powers the clock around which those ridiculous fools prance. Oh, I remember it said I could touch this thing. It said I wanted to touch it. So, maybe I will try touching it now. Alright. Who are the Tabat? My people, his voices fall on. Great warriors, we owned this land. We served the Underspine, and it served us. We sought truth and victory. We ascended to epiphany. We were pure, incorruptible, indivisible, even in disunity. And we found strength in one another, and proved it with bloody blades. But we fell, and the Underspine fell, and so, too late, we learned a new truth. But I carry the old ways as a seed within my heart. Oh, it just never ends. Alright, what's the Underspine? Is that your leader? Our slave, our god, our prize. It kept us holy, kept us pure and unchanging, anchored to a fixed point. The world turned around us, but we remained constant. When the world brought inconstancy, we fed it blood. He pauses. The Underspine was our soul, our confessor. We knew clean, hard rapture from it. We knew our path. He gave us the words of the ancient Tabat, and our path was rigid and unbending. Absolute. I'm almost ready to just stop reading. He considers you could not understand, you would not understand. It was a machine, it was a stone, it was a cavern, it was a city. It was the direct voice of our ancestors. It spoke in our heads and in our ears and in our hearts. We heard its voice in our creatures, in our daily instructions. Our God was true and strong and singular, not the fickle, inconstant things of the modern day. We had no questions about our duty, about our goals, only the particulars. We erased doubts in the purity of utter certainty. Questions raised are questions answered, or they are heresy. No need for self-agony. The necessity of introspection was transmuted into optimization of our paths, into fashioning ourselves into the pinnacle of our achievement. Clear definition in life creates truth, not this pitiful shadow. You can hear the frown in his voice. Sabotage or failure. One of those under my command told me that it had whispered defeat into his ears, as if it had sickened, lost sight of the true path. Given the question, the underspine denied this. My soldier was cast out, and I suffered the barb for his doubt. It was later, years later, that the underspine broke, after our failure. And I have never been sure if the seeds for our defeat were planted in those days. He shuffles his feet. The Nano was who captured me, who nailed me to time. He used the Mind Seer to ferret out the underspine's location. I do not know if he ever found it in the world. He raped a genocide from me, and mocked me with his sobriquet? Can't say I've heard that word. I was not to blame. I will stand before the underspine and swear my innocence. If your path's unbending, it's no wonder you broke. Yep. I do not bend now. I have been driven down, but I do not bend. I live, and those stood against me are dead. He turns away from you slightly. Do you have more questions, or do you release me? I think I had some more questions, didn't I? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, thank God. See you later. And you didn't even give me a quest after all that.
Yes. Now.
This machine towers above you like a dagger driven into the ground by a giant. It seems much older than the surrounding buildings. Your hand itched to touch the array of dark panels scattered around the machine, as though they have touched them before. I'll start off by examining. Your hands slip over the cobbled together components and greasy cables, the buttons worn by frequent use. I've read all this. Fuck off. Yep, whatever. Well, I wasn't expecting that to succeed. Nah, don't care. Well, maybe I'll examine it once more. Same thing. He already told me it doesn't even work, so I couldn't care less, couldn't give a shit. Alright, what's the bet? I failed both of these. I passed one of them yesterday. I think they were only like 20 and 30%. Alright, yep, examine the canister. Let's do it. What a shock. I think this is the one that I passed. Fuck you. What's this? Cypher sickness? Is that bad? I don't know, that's bizarre. Whatevs. What is that, someone's finger? Whatevs. Nothing more to see here. Alright. Before I clip it, I want to finish talking to everyone that I'd spoken to yesterday. I've spoken to a couple of new people. Is that... what's his name? Yeah. Otaro. I examined that. Yep, don't have to read any of this. I'm not asking for a discount because I'm not desperate. I'm not a desperado. Oh, hang on, I still wanted to talk to her. You appear to be transforming into an insect. Maybe I should say that. I don't know, is that rude? Yeah, it's a bit rude. No. I won't say that. I'll talk to the kid first. Come on, kid. Alright, yep. Shover, not Shuva. I ended up asking him why he was so dirty yesterday, but I won't do that today. So... oh, that just repeats that. Alright, awesome. That'll do me. What have these two got to say? I can't remember if Paja had anything different to say, or if it was just more of the same. No. Alright, fuck it. We're out. Merchant, got anything to say? Ah, piss off. Merchant, got anything to say? Ah, piss off. Oh, that's right, old mate the sculptor. God, I spoke to so many people yesterday. Oh, I will talk to the boss, don't you worry. Alright.
I'll remember that.
What's this? I'm sure I'll do it if I have to. I won't do it. Yeah, just answer a few other questions, mate. So I don't think I asked him about these yesterday, but now that I need to know more about them, you want to deal with them, be my guest. Those pompous Aeon priests are up by Government Square, think they can unlock the secrets of the past, but they're not focusing on what's most important, which is creating for the future. Say they're studying and learning, but the fact is they're not doing anything useful. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Delusional meaning seekers, they spend their time chasing their imaginary deity, ignoring what it means to be alive. Oh, what has he done now? They say, that's right, the old can I tongue his divine ass, as if knowing his life makes things any better. By studying his actions, they might be able to replicate his successes. If so, who are you to judge? Yeah, I went with that one. Alright, so it's all the same. Alright. Can I tongue his divine ass? One of the questions of all time. Couldn't I look at this sculpture? Alright, let's see. This is the last person I have to talk to. Oh, I've got to talk to her. Whatever. What am I missing? Whatever. That's what I went with yesterday. Alright, what do we got? I believe I went with that one.
I'll remember that.
Alright. Now just have a good old chat with what I've already forgotten her name. And then we should be all good. Callistige. Hang on. Oh fuck, I did have it. God, my goes to show how not great my memory is. Just because I've fucking blitzed through it again. Yep, no, let's move on. Alright. Now we can start doing some new stuff. I don't think I went up here at all. I'm gonna see what I can do around the outside and then head into the middle. Nothing? Nothing around here? Subtle energy plays along the cables, though whether to prepare the fish for consumption or deter their theft, you couldn't say. Ah. Come on, townsperson, you got anything to say? Oh, well apparently I can't give you an answer. Spirit trapped inside her bones, right. You see the falling star land in the reef, I think. Whatever. If an instant star fell into the reef, I say it was a moon at most. There's a good salvage in the waters down there. Some folks fish for an underbelly. I won't let. I'll do everything I can in this area before I start going to new places. Autochthon will weak their drinks like rain. He's got a name. Oh, that's not his name. His unhealthiest language is chewy and full of strangeness. Gorga, you are drunk. Where can I get to the chirurgical parlor? Hang on, is this someone I've spoken to? Who are you? Ah, the old performer. I'm just going to stick to the outside. Is that a person? A mutant. Alright, so that's... I can't see! The skull-like relief could be a warning of perhaps notices something... What the fuck just happened? What? By walking into it, did I enter it? I thought you had to like press X to go into new areas. You can use... What's the better... This is gonna like... I'm gonna die somehow. Because you just said something about like a skull... As a warning, you can use certain items and abilities even during conversations or when interacting with objects. Keep this in mind when you need a little extra boost to succeed at a task. Well, I didn't want to leave the area. How are we going for time? I've got to clip it in about 10 minutes. Great, now I've got to explore this, because I'm not just going to go straight out and sit through this loading screen again. The scholar could be a warning or perhaps a notice of something harmless but related to death awaits below. The underbelly. What's this? Do you want to fight? Oh my god, is that message ever going to go away? Or is that going to be stuck on my screen forever? I didn't see what he said. What is it? Has the other thug got something to say? Come on. Well, yeah, I kind of do, to be honest. I'm very curious. What's month part? Oh my god, as if I can't get that. If that message is going to be stuck there for the rest of this sesh, that's going to be pretty annoying. This Lissome Jack looks down on his luck, judging from his bare feet and dusty jerkin, but he takes in his surroundings with a hopeful gaze. As you approach, he smiles and throws out his arms in greeting, which reveals the tools of his trade on his belt. Puts a finger on the side of his nose and gives you a wink. How now, help meet? Got any vert plod for a topside slipper? Yeah, I'm going to say I have no idea what you just said. A look of panic flashes across his face, instantly replaced by a big grin and a hearty laugh. Ah, just a little nonsense phrase we used to say to each other back in Kyorkaran. You look like a fellow I knew there, so I thought I'd see if you remembered it. Pay it no mind. He claps his hands and gives you a fresh once-over. So, new to the underbelly, eh? Just visiting or looking for something in particular? Yeah, what can you tell me about this place? He smiles sly. What can you tell me about the shins in your purse? Have you got a few to spare? I'm skint at the moment, it's making it hard to remember things. Yeah, fuck off. I ain't paying you for shit. What, you've never heard the old song, Do You Know the Way to Kyorkaran? He starts singing in back of the back of beyond, east of the spire and west of the Verond. That's where the girls and the footless are through. That's where my sweetheart's waiting for me. No, not one of your favourites. Ah, well, who are you? Manthpa professional fenestrationist? Recently arrived in the big city from fair Kyorkaran and at your service. Yes. What the hell is that? Is that a real thing or is that a made up word? Oh well, I open windows for a living. Alright, I'm out of here. Keep it high, sit. Headless man? Is that all? You got nothing to say? Well, I suppose he doesn't without a head. Surely I'm going to get into a battle down here. It's got to be tough to run a business down here, even if your bones are made of glass. Crooked Keek. A small hollow-cheeked mutant sings a soft wavering tune to herself. Yellow bruises discolor her skin, wounds formed not from violence but from malnutrition, and her prominent bones bend and twist at odd angles. Still she smiles at the oily water devoid of any fish. She smiles as she arranges her empty basket beside her, and she smiles at you when she sees you standing over her. Gee, she's very happy. Hello, I'm Crooked Keek of the Cold... Oh, what is going on with that message up there? The game shat itself, as long as it doesn't actually affect anything. Crooked Keek of the Cold Canyon tribe. I haven't seen you down here before. I hope you're not here to fish. They're nibbling instead of biting today. She coughs into her cupped hams, a raw and ragged hacking that bends her double. You take her for a child at first, but after studying her features, it's clear she's in her late teens. It's only some mutation, and her bony stature, born of starvation, that makes her seem childlike. You said you're part of the Cold Canyon tribe. Are they down here too? No, she says slightly. They're all gone, either dead or gone. She still isn't meeting your eyes. There used to be a lot of this. We came here when I was a baby, running from... She pauses, thinking. A war, some sort of war that never ends. My parents thought we would be safe here, but the tribe died off one by one. She turns away, wiping her eyes. This city is hard on people like us. Yeah, what's this about? Not everyone, she says with a little smile. I'm here, and some of us just left for better places. I bet they're doing really well. How was the city hard on your tribe? They were used to living in the wilderness, so they knew what they could eat safely. Here it's not so simple. My mother told me that 10 people died eating tainted food before we found this fishing hole. She stares into the murky water. Then there's the diseases you can catch in the city, and the hate. A lot of us were killed just for being hard to look at, I guess. Is it hard for you to survive here as it was for your people? No, she says, smiling. I don't have a lot to eat, but I'm more resistant to sickness than my parents were, and people here know me. They leave me alone. You said everyone in your tribe is dead. I've already asked her that. Why do you think the fish aren't biting? The fish down there are pretty fast and smart. They're nibbling at the bait and swimming away. She watches the line with a combination of hunger and weariness. It's hard for me to get to the pole in time when the rod twitches, and harder to reel in the catch. I'm not very strong. Oh, you want some help? You're welcome to it, she says. Only if you find something could you share. She trails off blushing. Never mind, company is better than a scrawny fish. Oh, I'll share. Do I look like a greedy son of a bitch? Sort of. My parents called me Keek, but the nickname came later. She hunches over, her eyes darting shadily from side to side. It's because I sell junk for high prices and bribe the levies to carry people off in the night. She laughs. No, not really. People call me crooked because I look twisted and broken. Don't you mind that people call you crooked? Not really. I can't call them liars, can I? She smiles, but it's not the radiant thing you saw before. Oh, jeez. Are you sure you don't mind it? I do, she admits softly, but I won't be less crooked if they stop. Why is it saying... Did I not ask that? No, yeah. Why is it letting me repeat that? Come back anytime. Alright, let's see if I can't get something for her. How's the time? Is that almost clippy? No, a bit longer. Thin, glowing thread pierces the surface of the water and plunges deep into the black depths like a white line drawn in shining ink. You try flicking the shining string and your fingers goes right through it. Could you try catching something for me? I've had no luck today. Besides, everything down there is pretty much stronger than me. Yeah, let's do it. You pull on the line and something in the dark below pulls back. You press your lips together and reel in your catch. A muddy cipher dangles from the end of the line. It's beautiful, crooked Keek breeze. I was just hoping for fish. I can sell it and eat for weeks. Oh, I'll let her have it. You pass the cipher to her and she squinches her eyes shut in unmitigated joy. Thank you. Use my fishing pole whenever you want. Oh, well, let's see if I can catch something for myself. Right. Better luck tomorrow. Well, how do I know when tomorrow is? Will I end up going to sleep and when I wake up it's tomorrow? Oh, whatevs. I got something for the poor girl. What else? The cultist glances over you casually, his eyes widen when they reach your tattoo. One of his beloved vessels. Forgive me, I wasn't expecting to see any of your illustrious number down here. Smiling gives you a little nod. I respectfully suggest that you introduce yourself to Casmine and Mimian in Circus Manor if you haven't already. In the meantime, how can I help you? Yeah, who are they? The leaders of the cult that celebrates your eternal father. He seems to think he has confused you, for he adds, the changing god. Let's examine him. Pale, dirty and nervous, stealing glances at your tattoo every chance he gets. He flinches when he notices you studying him. Whatever, I'm out. Now, is that the headless guy? And who's this? Have I spoken to you? Have I spoken to you? No. Go bother someone else. Well, that just makes me want to bother you even more. Why, what do you want? I look like I'm not busy. Do you know what I'm doing? Do you? Or no, actually, are you going to tell me if I ask you once more? No! I don't want to talk to you. I've got a pipe and a lamp to fix before I go home. Whatever. Whatever. Who's this? What's the jagged dream? Those two weird people keep talking about it. I don't know. This large and heavily muscled woman wears what... Oh, that's got to be about time, doesn't it? For a clip? Nah, after this conversation, maybe. Large and heavily muscled woman wears what appears to be rags that should have fallen apart ages ago. She looks so tired that it wouldn't be a surprise if she fell asleep on her feet, and yet when she opens her mouth, her voice is energetic like a little girl who's about to get a present. Hello, can anyone hear what I'm saying? Oh, I can't make this work without warning. She slaps herself. I hope no one saw that. Who are you? Are you talking to me? Her head swivels awkwardly around, trying to catch a glimpse of you. Oh, you are. My name is Varanoth, champion of the wastes. The woman flinches at the sound of the very different booming voice that came from her own mouth. That's not my name, you stupid thing. It's Varanoth, champion of the waste. Damn, I come from a land you've never heard of. Damn it, I guess I'm not allowed to say. You're controlling a construct, aren't you? That's not a real body. Duh, don't be ridiculous, the other woman shouts. You've got it, the girl says a second later. It keeps yelling over me if I talk about something I'm not supposed to, she says, lowering her voice, but maybe if I speak carefully. Her chin drops to her chest. My family explores the world using special tools. The body stabs itself with its finger pointedly, but they tell me I'm too young to help, so I waited until everyone was sleeping and, you know. The head lolls back on its neck, winking at the roof of the cabin. Are you an explorer too? I am, but not like you. Oh, she says, for some reason I thought that you were a champion of the wastes too. Damn it, it did it again. Didn't it? Just don't tell anyone what I am, alright? What can that construct do? Well, it's really hard to break. My mother, that's who usually controls it, once got stepped on by an adult earthshaker. It just stuck her in the ground like a nail. The woman flexes a massive bicep. Am I flexing? The girl says. I'm trying to flex. Anyway, it's also incredibly strong. Punch holes in mountain strong. The arm flops back to her hip. And it's not really a construct. There's no metal inside. She has blood, bones, perfect human expressions. Not that you can tell that from how I do it, the girl adds sourly. The woman's face grimaces along with her. Where did you get the constructs? Come on, let's wrap this up. I was born in a storm on a battlefield at night. The woman roars hard. The girl says, after a respectful silence, she really doesn't want me to tell you what I just tried to tell you. Can't you tell me anything about where you got this construct? Seeds, the girl blurts. Oh, she let me say it, but I probably won't get away with more, sorry. Why do your people explore? Our impenetrable fortune in the Lost Valley is falling apart. I think we should just go out in the world for real, but no, my family is afraid. The fingers on the woman's right hand wiggle like they're playing an instrument. Her dead expression doesn't change even as the girl's voice rises. I'm not, of course, but they won't even let me use this thing. I have to sneak around like a child. Alright, I'm out of here. That's time for a clip.